everybody, hope you're doing marvellously well. We're big, bad and back with another in our home studio build series. It's been a few months, I think it's been 4 months since the last part. And the reason for that is A, we've been really busy. We've been making records and mixing and doing all the fun things that we do in the main studio. And also, we were deciding what computer to get. Now, I am not a snob. You can use PCs, you can use Macs, you can use whatever you like. Really, all that matters is use what you know. What I know is Apple's, is Macs. And recently, a few months ago, they brought out this little baby, the Mac Studio. So we decided to get that. So we have the Mac Studio, we have all the accoutrements that come with it. So we're going to get this set up. I'm very, very excited. The spec on this computer is, looking at my notes, is this 20-core CPU, 64-core GPU, it's 128 gigabytes of RAM, which is of course the memory, and 4 terabyte hard drive. So for me, that's pretty maxed out. We did take our 2009 cheese grater, which is currently in the main studio, and maxed that out with like 96 gigabytes of RAM. But this has 128. And they specifically designed that for people like us, hence the studio name. Lots of my friends have the latest tower. And to be honest, they've spent in excess of $7,000–8,000. And it's probably got a little bit of overkill for what they might need, especially in this room, because everything we're going to do in here is not a card-based system. It's not an HDX system. It's going to be running USB and Thunderbolt connected devices. So this seems like a really, really good idea for us. Trust me, we didn't enter into this lightly. We did a lot of research and we looked at lots of different things, and this is a great solution for us. So I'm very, very excited. I'm waffling on. We're going to put it together, but here it is, our new system, which we are going to build now. Oh, very exciting. Da 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 da. Oh, it's quite heavy. When I first saw it, I thought it was like a Mac Mini on steroids, which I suppose it sort of is, but no, this is substantial. This weighs a lot. It's rather lovely. It's been a long, long time since I've got a brand new tower. Well, is this a tower? I suppose a non-laptop. How about that? It's been a long, long time. In the other studio, it's a 2009 cheese grater. Yep, a very old computer that's still running an HD system. Don't worry, it's upgrading soon. Very soon. Oh, lovely! Wow, look at that. Woohoo! HDMI input. Oh, wow. Oh, the headphone on the back. And we've been told that the headphone output now can drive high impedance headphones. So really high quality headphones as well. You won't have any volume issues. Yeah, this is very, very exciting. All right, it's set up. Pretty darn exciting. This is the first new Mac computer I've ever had. I mean, in the other room, we still have a 2009 cheese grater running the Pro Tools system that goes through the SSL. And this is really exciting. Now, we have one of these ready to go in the other room. That will be another whole video. We're going to swap over to an HDX system in there, running the latest and greatest using their hybrid system. But here, we've got the Quantum 2626 set up. Now, many of you said when I was looking at buying the old school one, that it was a mistake and I should buy the 2626 because it's cheaper and offered more flexibility. So we listened and we did it. So that's what we have. We have the Quantum 2626. We have the EVO4, which is our inexpensive interface that, as I was just talking to Christian about earlier, we were thinking, well, working remotely, if you're sitting doing a vocal, you can just move this over here, stand over there, because we're building a vocal booth, do a vocal and set your own volume and everything. It's an all-in-one device. that anybody can use. The Quantum's obviously going to be something we're going to be using for tracking drums. But last but no means least, of course, is the Apollo Twin, which comes with a whole bunch of UAD plugins. I've never actually owned one of these, so I'm very, very excited. Well, actually, that's not technically true. We do have one of these, but it's on loan. So now we have one to use in the room. So this setup is going to be purely and simply our affordable, interchangeable setup, where you're going to be seeing us doing videos, mixing, in-the-box stuff, new gear that comes out, affordable interfaces, speakers, etc., microphones, all kinds of fun stuff. I'm super excited. The computer, it's lightning fast, and the screen is beautiful. Really, really excited to have the latest and greatest. So this is great. Interfaces ready to go. Like I said, this will be for drums. This will be the system we use when you're on your own because of the auto gain, the smart gain, as it's technically called. And of course, the UAD Apollo is another great device with all of the plugins that come. And there will be other devices coming. We will be trying lots of different stuff out. So there's a big discussion on Thunderbolt versus USB for latency. The accepted wisdom is that Thunderbolt is faster, therefore gives you less latency. And I do know that many people report using Thunderbolt interfaces and have almost zero perceptible latency. Either way, most of the interfaces have ways of working around that. A lot of them you can listen to the direct signal while you're recording, so there's zero latency, especially if you're recording with tons and tons of plugins. So there's lots of great interfaces on the market. We have brought this down to 3 in particular. For us, the EVO4 is one of our favorite, if not our favorite entry model. It is $129. It has combo jacks of an XLR and 1/4 inch on the back there. It's obviously got speaker outputs. It is ridiculously easy to use. It's got a JFET input, so you get a better signal, quite frankly. I think the reason why I like it is because it, frankly, has got really good sounding mic pre's. It's not the same mic pre's as the ones that are inside of their other range, of their ID range. But I would argue it's just as good. A lot of people have asked me a very awkward question when it comes to money. Why buy the more expensive one? Well, the more expensive one has the mic pre's, which are essentially the same as in their consoles, which are fantastic. But the mic pre's in this are still really, really good. So my answer would be, if you want more features, buy the more expensive one. If you want something simple and easy to use with the smart gain function, this really is a world beater. We've used it many, many times in many, many videos. We actually take these on remote recording. They sound fantastic. None of them are broken down. We've had them now since they first came out, and they still all work, and we love them. Now, the Apollo Twin is $1,099. It's not a cheap unit. It's an $1,100 unit. It's built exceptionally well. It has the same mic line inputs, which are also can be 1/4 inch as well. But one of the things about the UAD range, of course, is it comes with a schnizzle ton of plugins as well, all of which sound absolutely phenomenal and are considered some of the best in the business. So there's a really good value for money on this. And a lot of professionals I know use this to make albums. They make albums with this unit and get incredible results. And you've heard them all over the radio. That's not to say the Evo won't be doing the same thing. But with this, you get into the UAD ecosystem. You get to start using their incredible plugins. And yeah, we love what they do. And this is a perfect situation to showcase. Really, between these two units, they're incredible value for money in different ways. This with the plugins, this with tons of functionality, and this with the smart gain, just something that you can use really quickly and easily, which of course I have done. We'll link to the other videos for this. I think you'll really love it. But the UAD Apollo Twin is pretty much an industry standard for many, many people. Last but no means least is the PreSonus or PreSonus. I've heard each one. I don't know which is the right one. PreSonus or PreSonus 2626. This is $699 for 8 inputs. This actually came from you because we were going to try out an older version and this had just come out. So we actually swapped out that and have got this. At $699, it's really very, very affordable. And we wanted, frankly, to use some PreSonus equipment. We've had a lot of people ask about it. And here it is, we're trying it out. It's 8 XLR mic pre-combo jacks, just like the other 2 units. It uses their X-Max analog preamps, which they claim is very ultra-transparent, which I believe. The latency is barely measurable at less than 1 millisecond. And the converters have a 115 dB dynamic range. And that's probably one of the biggest things that will separate it from other cheaper ones, is that is a huge dynamic range. What's nice about the Quantum 2626 is it features 2 direct preamp outputs with dedicated returns, meaning you could use a separate hardware compressor or EQ or whatever it was, or both. What's good about that is when I'm recording drums, I only really actually compress the inside kick mic and the snare top, and maybe if I've got a really expensive stereo compressor, maybe the overheads, but typically I only compress those 2. So for a drum kit, I can run something on channel 1 and channel 2, a compressor / EQ on those 2 would be perfect for a drum recording for me, because those are the only 2 things that I actually compress on the way in. It's also got 2 headphone outputs, which might not seem like a big deal, but that is, because you've got a singer standing over there or somebody playing acoustic guitar, and you both have to be on headphones if you're in the same room. So having 2 headphone outputs, as trite as that might seem, is actually a really big deal. There's a MIDI DIN, which allows you to connect 2 non-USB MIDI devices, which is rather cool. Oh, and of course it has ADAT inputs, which is really good if you want to expand other units and daisy chain them together. So you can run this with obviously multiple units. So thanks ever so much. Obviously, there are many, many interfaces on the market. We're just cherry picking a few here. We have tons and tons of videos on the different interfaces that we've demoed over the years. The Quantum is actually, the 2626 is actually in a video on microphones. So you're going to be able to check that out as well. We're going to be doing drum recording videos in the other room in the house, and you'll be hearing more of that. So there's a lot to check out. Thank you everybody for watching. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, au revoir. Let us know what interface you use or what interface you are lusting after and want to buy. Thanks. Goodbye.